Hello everyone, once again, welcome to the Griotist channel. Black bedtime stories is what we do. Tonight's story is Octavious Cato. Octavious Cato was one of the most influential civil rights activists of the 19th century. He played a major role in the ratification of the 15th Amendment. He also helped to desegregate public trolleys, and he helped to bar voter discrimination on the basis of race. He was an educator and an intellectual in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He became principal of male students at the Institute for Colored Youth, where he had been educated. Octavius was born free. His mother was free, and his father was a slave millwright in South Carolina and gained his freedom. A millwright is someone that has a skill. Back then it would have been blacksmith, engineering, drafting, also just a plethora of things he could have done. Octavia was not just an educator and civil rights leader, but he was quite the sportsman as well. He began playing cricket while in school and then transitioned to baseball. He helped establish Philadelphia as a major hub in the Negro Baseball League. Along with Jacob C. White Jr., he ran the Pythian Baseball Club of Philadelphia. The Pythians had an undefeated season in 1867. On his way to vote, Cato was harassed by white folk. Police reports indicate that he had purchased a revolver for protection. And at the intersection of 9th and South Street in Philadelphia, Cato was accosted by Frank Kelly, an Irishman, who shot him 3 times. Cato died of his wounds. Cato was only 32 when he was shot and killed outside of his home in 1871, the first election day where African Americans were allowed to vote. On that election day, Cato was teaching in Philadelphia, October 10th, 1871. Fights broke out all over the city between black and white voters as the elections held high tension and parties reflected racial opposition. Black voters, who were mostly Republican then, faced harassment and violence from white voters, especially ethnic Irishmen who were part of the city's democratic machine. Irish immigrants had entered the city in great numbers during and after the Great Famine of the 1840s. They competed with free blacks for jobs and housing. City police were called to stop the violence, and they only used their power to prevent blacks from voting. In 2017, a monument to Cato was unveiled in Philadelphia at City Hall to recognize his contribution as a civil rights leader, educator, activist, of course, sportsman, Octavious Cato, a black icon.